From the website, click Sign In. Then sign in via the single sign in and choose your player's profile. From there, decide what skill areas you want them to work on by finding them in the All Programs section. For the purposes of this demo, let's assume that I want my sons to do a bit of juggling, ball mastery, dribbling, and wall passing. The first step I recommend is saving the folders in your favorites and then creating an individual training plan from those folders using the My Training Sessions feature. The program is divided into skill areas, with juggling and ball mastery being the first one. So I click the juggling and ball mastery drop down, juggling, and then I pin the folder to my favorites by clicking the gray pin button. It turns red. Now I'm going to go to ball mastery and I'm going to pin the first folder to my favorites. Then I'm going to go to dribbling and turns. We love the Ronaldinho freestyle dribbling drills. I'm going to pin that folder. And then finally, I go to the rebounder section and pin the first folder. Now I've pinned those folders into my favorites and they sit right here. For those of you who are not familiar with the program, remember the videos are housed inside of the folder, and every video is 100% follow along, around 5 minutes, has a bright timer and demonstration, and goes step by step. All right, so now that you have your exercises folders pinned, we are going to go back to the player dashboard, then go to My Training Sessions, and we're going to create an individual training session for your player. But before we do that, let's talk about the Find Sessions section. Every user, our coaches, DOCs, players, and other parents who create sessions are creating those individual sessions in an open source repository. That means that you can search for a session and add it to your training sessions. If you search for the word anytime soccer training or anytime, you're going to see the sessions that we have already curated for you. And we are going to curate the entire curriculum in a step-by-step fashion for you and add a lot of diversity. In this particular case, the taxonomy says, hey, this is anytime. Ball mastery is the skill. It's the 1000 touch program, and it's the first folder in the 1000 touch folder program, and it's the second one in the custom training sessions. It's so easy to pin that to your training sessions and get started. So that's one way you can do it. Or you can come create a session. So I'm going to call this Adams Sessions. Right? So I've created my own custom training session. Voila, it's there. I pinned one and I've added my own, which I can edit and delete. Now I'm going to go back to my favorites, the folders I just created, and I am going to pin the first folders, the first videos that I have not done in the training session. You'll notice that when you complete a video, you get a green check. So this tells me I want to do the next one. I'm going to pin it. It's so easy. I hit save. I go back. I do the same thing again. I've done these. I see the red X. I pin it. It's there. And I do the same thing for each of the folders. It's very, very simple. And I have one more. And I pin it. Now, there are two ways of finding this individual training session that we just created. The first way is to go back to all programs and click My Training Sessions drop down, and you'll see it right here, and you just crank through those videos. When you finish the video and you see the green check, you can easily remove it from your training session by clicking the trash icon, and it's gone. Another way of accessing that same session is going back to my training sessions, and it's right here. You can edit the name or you can delete that training session. And remember, other users now have access to that session so you guys can collaborate. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. My name is Neil Crawford, and let's get better together.